I've talked many times this offseason and in the past that our goal is to increase the floor of our projected win total. This signing's different. This signing was intended to blow the cover off of our ceiling. We believe that a healthy and dominant Dellin, combined with Edwin Díaz and Seth Lugo and Justin Wilson, Jeurys Familia, Brach, Robert Gsellman, this collective group has the potential to be one of the best bullpens in baseball. And we're excited to get them all together down in Florida here in almost a month from now. At the end of the day, everybody should remember, Dellin is New York born. Dellin is New York made. And today, Dellin's a member of the New York Mets. I'd like to now welcome Jeff up to the stage. We'll do a jersey presentation, and then Dellin, you can join us.
Thank you, Brody. I appreciate all those kind words. This day brings a lot of excitement. Obviously, I want to wish everybody here a Happy New Year's and thank you for coming. I hope I didn't cut you guys' vacation a little short. So, this past week and a half has brought a lot of excitement to myself and my family. Christmas, in fact, came a little bit early as we celebrated our signing with the New York Mets. Definitely a lot of things that I'm excited about. I've heard a lot of great things about the organization from Brody, a lot of the staff that I've spoke to. I'm excited to meet a bunch of the staff members of the Mets, a lot of the players as well. I've spoke to over the phone, Robertson, Cano, Familia, a lot of the guys I know that I've played with. Justin Wilson told me a lot of great things, and Stroman I got the chance to speak to, so I'm definitely excited. I feel like I'm already at home. I know a bunch of the players, so I think that transition will be easy for me. And I'm just excited to start expand my career here in New York with the Mets. I have a bunch of people I want to thank, and I want to thank my family, big group that came to support me today. I love all you guys. I want to thank my wife for always being there for me, supporting me, and obviously bringing our biggest joy, Dellin J, to our lives. I want to thank Mr. Fred Wilpon, Jeff, and the rest of the Wilpon family for welcoming me to you guys as family. This is truly an honor for me, and I'm going to represent this team as best as I can with high class, and I'm going to give you guys my all, believe that. I want to thank Jim, Steve, Juliet, the rest of the Excel family, Jim, Steve, and Brody for, spending all that time and trying to find a way. Also, David Cohen, to, make this deal come true. I know there was a lot of different things that they had to go through to make everything right, and I thank you guys for that day, the 23rd. I remember I was in the office for a while, and going back and forth. We were negotiating. Brody presenting his presentation and how excited he is about the Mets, and then we kind of threw our pitch. I went home, practiced, came back, and we got the deal done. So I'm definitely excited. I think there's this 2020 team is something that a lot of these fans need to be excited about. Obviously, just from watching them from across the way, I think they had one of the better records in the second half, and I'm just honored and to be a part of this 2020 season. I think there's a lot of excitement and buzz, and I can't wait to meet a bunch of the guys to, start this new journey. And, my goal is to win, and I'm going to do the best I can to win. As I've said in my social media posts, New York is in my blood, I grew up playing in the Lower East Side. I went to high school in Brooklyn. In 2007, I played minor league ball in Staten Island. In 2011, I made my major league debut in the Bronx, and now I stand here, getting the chance to wear this Mets uniform and playing in Queens. So thank you guys for everything. I'll open up for questions or whatever else we have.
Steve Gelbs, SNY. Dellin, you speak about the guys on this team that that you spoke with about this particular team. What were some of the things that they said that really helped to sell you on coming to the Mets?
Well, one of the things that speaking to Cano, he spoke very highly on Brody, and he felt like ever since he came in, he's tried to bring the right group of guys and bring the right group, the ownership, bring the right group of team to make this work. Because I think you need a full team to be as well prepared as you can, and I think Cano spoke very highly. Obviously, the second half, as well as the team performed, and I think if you look at our rotation, we have probably one of the better rotations in the big leagues, and I think our job as the bullpen, myself included, is to do the best we can and make sure we hold those leads, or even if we're down by one. I think the biggest thing as a bullpen is try to make sure that we, keep that score the same way as best as we can, and if we do that, I think we'll win a lot of ball games in 2020.
En NatalieLasMayores.com, felicidades. Tuviste la oportunidad de jugar con Carlos, ahora lo vas a tener como manager. ¿Qué significa eso para ti?
Muchas gracias. Para mí es un honor. Beltrán es alguien que yo conocí en el 2015 y 2014 o 15, y es uno de los peloteros más intelectual y siempre quiere ayudar a los peloteros, so va a ser un placer para mí jugar para él.
Tina Cervasio, Fox 5. Congratulations, Dellin. Brody talked about when talks initiated in November, so many other teams were involved. How much thought did you have to give to leaving New York to continue your career? And then what was the emotion when you knew you would be staying in New York and obviously with your family?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I think me and my wife were kind of looking at this as, we have the chance of, play in another city, something we've never done. I feel like, we've been spoiled throughout our career, and we were just talking about what other players do and them playing away from home. But I think the Mets were always engaged, and, Carlos was, always, kind of steering me to come to this team. He just feels like this team is ready to take that next step, and I think as the talks kept going and, closer to Christmas, things got really hot. I was definitely excited to stay home. I think the rest of my family were excited, so I think it worked out perfect.
Betances, felicidades. Piensa que a pesar de que Cano ayudó para que te firmaran aquí, pero como fanático de Nueva York, incluyó mucho eso, tú quedarte con este equipo de Queens y además tener tu familia aquí apoyándote, que es lo que estabas buscando.
Bueno, claro que conociendo a Carlos, conociendo a Cano, ellos tuvieron mucha influencia. Nosotros, la familia, donde sea que yo juegue, ellos van a apoyarme, pero claro que aquí en casa tengo mucho la fanaticada y ellos pueden venir a los juegos más frecuentes, so esa decisión me ayudó.
Hey Dellin, Scott O'Jara, AP. You mentioned Carlos steering you in this direction. How much of a factor was it just to be able to play for him, knowing the relationship that you guys have had?
Well, I know that Beltran is somebody that I got the chance to play with, and he's probably one of the players that I would say is just hungry for baseball. Like, he's just hungry for information, and any way he can help your team, you know, for me being a teammate, any way he can help you, he tried to do the best job as he could. And, you know, obviously him being the manager here definitely helped out. I know how much a lot of the players are going to be excited to play for a guy like that, you know, future Hall of Famer. That you know, there's not many guys you can say that about, and he's going to lead the charge. So I'm definitely excited to play for him.
Dellin, congratulations. Andy Esposito, New York Sports Day. How would you evaluate your health status at this point and recovering from the various injuries?
Well, under this offseason, Hospital for Special Surgeries, I've been under their watch this whole time, and Dr. David Alchek, which is a doctor for the Mets, and Terrence, one of the PTs that helps out as well. I've been under their surveillance, so I kind of felt like this timing is perfect. You know, they've helped me out tremendously. Also, Dr. O'Malley is a guy that, you know, he told me, you know, I didn't need the surgery at the time, and, you know, I feel good at this point. You know, I'm pretty much, I'll be ready to go in spring training, and, you know, that's the important part.
Bruce Beck, WNBC TV. Welcome, Dellin.
Thank you.
What do you look at as far as your role is concerned? Do you see yourself as a setup man? Do you see yourself possibly in a closer role? Would you embrace either one?
For me, all I care about is winning. I think you know me by now, so whatever role the staff envisions me in, all I want to do is do my job. I know that we have Edwin Díaz, that is a tremendous closer, and you know, obviously for me, all I want to do is whatever they see me in, I want to do what I can to help the team win. If that's coming in early, if that's coming in late, handing the ball to Díaz, I'll try to do the best job I can. And, you know, all I care about is winning, so that's what I want to do.
Saludos mi gente, le habla Jeurys Díaz, es para invitarlos a que se suscriban al canal de YouTube Béisbol en Acción.
Béisbol en acción. En acción.